If you put 1 billion chickens next to a flyway for wild birds, it's quite possible that a virus will get into that billion chickens. The Nipah virus spilt over from bats, and we have a clear understanding of that, so we do know that that is the case. What happened was that they started agricultural development in certain areas associated with bat populations, and these were a combination of fruit farms and pig farms. And yeah, as we tend to do, we think about the production and the benefits of having these things together, in an agricultural context. But nobody really thought about the ecological consequence of doing that. In other words, what would it do in the contacts with the natural environment? And what it did, quite logically, is that the bats, who had lost quite a lot of their land to agriculture, were looking for food. And there was the food, produced very nicely by humans, very neatly in rows, fruit trees that they could then go and feed upon. You can't blame the bat for doing that. He's lost his natural products. So he went and did that. And in the process, he, leaves his defecation, his urine, and these fruits then were given to the pigs or fell into the pig pens. The pigs then ate them, enjoyed them rather, and then got infected by the virus. The virus was able to infect not only humans, but also pigs. And in the process, of course, people would come in to tend the pigs, and then the virus got into the people. And then the people went home and then transmitted the virus to their families. And so there was a big die-off people and, a lot of concern and worry. But to resolve the situation was pretty straightforward. Don't grow fruit trees around pig farms, because that was the transmission pathway. It was clear. So once you understand that, you can change your management. And in that case, they have. We're sort of learning where human behavior and human infrastructure change and agricultural practice is increasing risk of these things. And we just need to manage it and ensure that this doesn't happen. But it needs to be part of our development. What has happened in the past is that we've just responded to these things, so that, when you get an Ebola outbreak, you say, oh my goodness me. But instead of thinking, well, actually, why has this happened? What is it that we are doing? What is the process that leads to this? And then addressing the process in our development. So I think we need to shift that. It's just the nature of humans. We're not that good at preparing for things and using what I call the precautionary principle. Don't do dumb things, basically.
Quite a good rule.
Yeah. So that's really, I think, where we need to shift. I don't see the solution to this problem of emerging diseases from technology. I don't see that vaccines will solve it. Lots of fancy, pieces of equipment and treatments. That is not the solution. If a domestic animal was just another animal in the forest, and you do get some societies, if you look at traditional societies, that's what you have. And there's not a problem. But if you put 1 billion chickens next to a flyway for, wild birds, it's quite possible that a virus will get into that, billion chickens. With the coronavirus, if you, put bats somewhere near a farm of, say, raccoon dogs or civet cats, which are used for fur, so these are in their millions, then the virus has a chance to replicate and adapt and then spill into humans, which happened with the SARS epidemic in 2003. So it's what we do actually that generates the problem. So we have to balance our economic benefit from using these intensive systems with some of the risks.
It sounds like you can sum it up by saying a lot more respect for the natural world.
Yeah, the thing is, the natural world works. There are certain challenges, I think, with the natural world, but it teaches us that it has, in a sense, evolved to give everything a chance. And, so nothing too dramatic ever happens in that sense. And you will get challenges, you will get problems, but the species will adapt to that and will have time to adapt to that. Whereas, with our transformed landscape, where we take advantage, if you like, of that biological resource and turn it into, say, meat or fur or something, we really unbalance the whole system. And the product, it seems, is often emerging pathogens. So we do it at our peril, I think.
Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and hit the bell button below for notifications. We'll see you next time.